Here's part 2 of section 2.4, which is all about piecewise functions. So a piecewise function is made up of separate parts, different parts of functions, and each portion is defined by a different equation over a different interval. So maybe it is going to be like, a parent function parabola, and then all of a sudden it changes into a line. So things like this do happen in real life. If you're purchasing t-shirts or something for a big group, and then all of a sudden, so maybe the cost is going to be a certain amount per t-shirt, but then if you buy a certain amount, the price lowers a little bit, and so there's different equations for each little part. Okay, so let's take a look at this first example right here, which says, notice that they've actually already drawn it for you. So what they do is you want to look at, these are the X values that you're looking at, and then these right here are going to be the Y values that correspond. I'm just going to erase them because they get a little bit messy. Okay, so what I'm looking at is for this first one right here, when X is less than -2, the graph is going to be 1/2 X minus 1. So notice that right at -2, there's an open circle here. That's going to refer to the fact that it's less than -2. And then this is the equation 1/2 X minus 1. We'll get into how to graph those a little bit in a second. And then for this one, it says that when X is greater than or equal to -2, and notice that this part right here is filled in, then we are going to graph the line 2X minus 3. So what I like about this visual is that they have this idea of a fence, and a fence occurs at that point -2. Okay, and you can't cross that fence. So what that means is that the first graph that we see right here goes to, it's because X is less than -2, it's to the left of the fence. But then for the 2X minus 3, that one's to the right of the fence. All right, and so just to keep in mind, an open circle represents when we have something less than a number. That's when we use this open circle idea. And a closed circle, when it's all filled in, is if I have something with a line underneath it greater than or equal to, for example. Okay, so use a dotted line. I'm right here reading this as the fence between territories, then determine blank to decide between open and closed circle. So you look at the inequality. Okay, so there are 3 parts to this piecewise function. The first part is -X minus 3, and that happens when X is less than -3. The second part is X squared plus 1, and the third part is 3. So these are all my Y's, like all of that is referring to Y's. Okay, so for the first one, where -X minus 3, the first thing I'm going to do is I look at X, where is X equal to -3, and that's right here. And I'm going to draw my first fence. Okay, notice that there's also going to be another fence at 2, so I may as well draw that. So what that means is that the graph of this -X minus 3 is only going to lie in this region. It does not cross the fence. X squared plus 1 can only come from here to here, and then 3 will only be from there to there. Okay, so how do we graph this? Well, to me, the best way to do it is to plug in points. So I'm going to make a little XY chart for the leftmost part of that fence. And what do I plug in first? Well, it says X has to be less than -3, so I'm going to plug in -3, but I'm going to keep in mind that that -3 is open. So even though it says X is less than -3, I get a lot of students want to plug in -2. But what about -2.1, -2.3, etc.? So we plug in -3, the endpoint, and just make it open there. Okay, so if I plug in -3, go ahead and do that. I get 3 minus 3 is 0. And then I'm going to plug in, it's a line, so I only 2 points determine the line, so I'm only going to plug in -4, because I have to go less than -3. Plug in -4, and I get 1. Okay, so now I get the point -3, 0, open, and then -4, 1. And then I think, what is this graph going to look like? Well, I could also plug in -5 and get 2, but you should be able to see the graph is going to look like this. It is a line, and that slope is a -1. Notice it does not cross that fence. So that's what the leftmost part looks like. So now I'm going to take a look at this part, the x squared plus 1. And I look at my endpoints of -3 and 2. So I know I need to plug in -3. It's going to be closed because it's less than or equal to. And I'm going to plug in every point because it's a parabola, it's not a line, between -3 and 2. And the 2 is also a closed circle. Okay, so take a minute and do that. And we'll plot. So I go at -3, I go up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Closed circle there, -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The in-between points are always solid dots. And notice it is a parabola, as it should be. And it's only in between the fences, and so that's what this piece of the graph looks like. Okay, and then finally, the last part is when x is greater than 2, y is going to equal 3. Well, that's just going to be a horizontal line at 3. So, I mean, I could make a chart. I'll show you. But, I mean, so you're going to do 2 with an open circle. You get 3. You can plug in 3, you get 3. You always get 3. So at 2, 3, it's open. And basically, the graph is just going to go to the right. Okay, so that's the idea. I could ask for the domain and range. So for example, what's the domain of this graph? Well, it's actually all reals because I do use every single value, but the range, the lowest value for the range is 0, open circle. And the highest, oh, look, it keeps on, I was about to say this point, but it does go on forever. So it's infinity. Okay, so let's try, we're just going to do one more here, and we'll do this one first. Okay, so we're going to first do x plus 7. Okay, and so -1 is my starting point, and notice its numbers less than -1, so I'm going to do -2. I made my -1 0 circle solid because it's less than or equal to, and it's a line. I only need 2 points, so plug those in and plot. So -1, 6, -2, 5. And again, I'll just draw the fence. You don't have to always draw it, but the fence idea is that I cannot go to the right of -1. So I know that my graph has to go like that. I didn't mean to highlight it, but it's fine. Okay, so now let's take a look at graph 2. It starts at -1, goes all the way to 2. It's not a line, so I'm going to plug everything in, and both of these are open. So I get -1, 0, 1, 8. So at -1, -1, it's open. 0, 0. Everything between is always closed. 1, 1, 2, 8, which I think is about there. And notice that it looks like half of a cubic. Remember the cubic function looks like that? Okay, and then the last part is just x. So when I plug in 2, I get 2, closed circle. When I plug in 3, I get 3. So 2, 2, 3, 3, and then it can't cross the fence. I didn't draw the other fence, but if I did, it would look like that. So that's the idea. Now, it can happen, it didn't happen here, but it can happen that the closed circle can fill in an open circle. So I'll just draw it over in this graph just so that you can see. So it's possible that maybe you get something like this, and then when you draw the other graph, it fills it in. Okay, so that can definitely happen. All right, and that's all that we're going to do for this today.